Are you missing out on hidden treasure? Here's the best things to flip on Offerup. So Offerup is a flipper's paradise, and here's why you should be all over it. First off, it's a breeze to use. You can browse local deals or have items shipped right to your doorstep. It's like having a giant yard sale at your fingertips 24/7. Are you paying too much on other platforms? Spoiler alert, you probably are. And so Offerup's direct to buyer seller setup means that it's lower prices and better deals. But here's the real kicker. The audience on Offerup is massive and diverse. So whether you're looking to flip a vintage lamp or the latest iPhone, there's a buyer out there waiting. You won't believe what's selling for top dollar in your area. From tech geeks to furniture enthusiasts, OfferUp's got them all. So this means that you can flip just about anything and find someone who's interested. The local aspect of OfferUp is a game changer for flippers. So you can scope out items in person before buying, which means there's no nasty surprises when you're trying to resell. Plus, you can build a reputation in your local community, leading to repeat customers and insider tips on great deals. It's like having your own personal network of treasure hunters feeding you information. So let's go ahead and dive in to the goldmine of flipping opportunities on OfferUp. First up, we've got electronics. So I've personally flipped electronics before. Smartphones, laptops, and video game consoles are like money in the bank. Imagine snagging that slightly outdated iPhone for a song, giving it a quick polish, and watching the offers roll in. I've seen folks double their money on these tech treasures faster than you can say factory reset. Now, let's talk furniture. I've also flipped furniture, vintage pieces, desks, wardrobes, chairs, just about all this vintage stuff. People are always on the hunt for a perfect piece of furniture for their home. And get this, sometimes all it takes is a fresh new paint of coat or new hardware to turn that old dresser into a hot commodity. I once saw a $20 side table go for $150 really quick. Talk about a glow up, right? And don't sleep on home appliances, kitchen gadgets, blenders, air fryers, stand mixers, those are always in demand. So here's a shocking stat for you. Did you know that kitchen gadgets can make you $100 plus in one sale? It's really true. People are willing to pay good money for that barely used waffle maker or a special machine that you found. Power tools are a flipper's best friend as well. Drills, saws, and lawn equipment, these babies sell themselves really easy like hotcakes, and I've done it before. There's always someone looking to sell these types of or buy these types of furniture or tools, so check if it's lightly used and then find that money coming into your pocket. Now, let's talk about the common pitfalls that can turn your flipping dreams into a financial nightmare. First up is overpaying for items up front. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a quote-unquote good deal, but are you really getting a good bargain? Sellers on OfferUp can be crafty, and some might try to pull a fast one on you, so always do your homework before checking or making an offer. Check completed listings on eBay or other platforms to get a sense of the true market value of the item, and don't be afraid to negotiate. Remember, your profit margin starts with your purchase price. Now let's address the elephant in the room, which is condition issues. You spot a vintage leather jacket that could fetch a pretty penny, but do you check for tears or stains? Ignoring condition problems is like throwing money down the drain. That slightly used power tool might look fine in photos, but what if it conks out after just one use? Always inspect them before you buy. If you're purchasing remotely, ask for detailed photos and videos. Trust me, the few extra minutes you spend on due diligence can save you from costly mistakes. So alright folks, here is more tips. First up, researching before you buy is an absolute game changer. You wouldn't believe how many people skip this step and end up with a dud. Use price tracking apps to get the lowdown on what items are really worth. Here's a pro tip for you that'll blow your mind. There's a secret tool every flipper needs to know. It's called TerraPeak, and it's kind of like similar to finding items that have recently sold on OfferUp. So talk about goldmine of an info, right? Check it out. Now let's talk about writing listings that'll actually make buyers buy. Your photos need to be on point. We're talking crisp, well-lit shots of every angle of your item, and don't skimp out on the description. Pack it with keywords that buyers are searching for, but keep it real. No one likes a bait and switch type of description. Mention any imperfections up front. It builds trust and can actually increase your sales like crazy. But there's more. Timing is everything when it comes to listing. Weekends are usually hot for buyers browsing, so aim to list on like a Thursday or Friday to catch that weekend crowd. And don't forget to relist items that haven't sold. Sometimes it just takes a fresh listing to catch someone's eye. Now let's talk about why flipping on Offerup is even better than ever right now. First up, the quick turnaround. Unlike other platforms where your stuff might just sit there for weeks, Offerup is like a fast food drive-thru for flippers. You can snag a deal in the morning and have it sold by dinner time. I've heard stories of people making hundreds of bucks in just a couple of days. One guy I knew actually bought a vintage coffee table for like $50 and flipped it for $300 the very next day. Talk about caffeine rush for your wallet, right? Now, if we get into the juicy stuff, this is the low risk, high reward factor. You don't need to empty your savings account to get started. With just a few bucks and a keen eye, you can begin flipping your empire. It's like playing the stock market, but instead of losing your shirt, you might just find yourself swimming in extra cash. And here's the kicker. Most people are leaving money on the table without even realizing it. They're scrolling past golden opportunities every day thinking, nah, that's just junk. But what do you think? You're about to become a treasure hunter, turning that so-called junk into cold hard cash. Now, if we talk about the legal and ethical conditions, you just got to make sure that what you're buying isn't hot property. And so you don't want to end up with stolen goods. That's a quick way to get into some hot water. Always ask for receipts or proof of purchase if something seems too good to be true. And if a seller is being sketchy about where they got the item, then it's a red flag, guys. As far as keeping it real goes with your buyers, honesty isn't just the best policy, it's your ticket to becoming a flipping superstar within your community. Whether you're listing that refurbished laptop or spruced up vintage chair, tell it like it is. Mention any quirks, dings, or special features. Buyers appreciate the heads up, and you'll build a rep as a trustworthy seller. Plus, happy customers are more likely to come back or spread the word about you about your awesome deals. Remember that flipping isn't just about making a quick buck, it's about building a sustainable side hustle that your community knows about. So take the high road and keep things aboard. It might seem tempting to cut corners, but trust me, playing by the rules off in the long run will pay off better. You'll sleep better at night knowing that you're running a clean operation and your customers will love you for it. Now that you've seen the potential goldmine that is Offerup flipping, it's time you put your newfound knowledge into action. And just remember also that success in this game is all about spotting those hidden gems, knowing your market, and being smart about your purchases and sales. With Offerup's wide user base and easy to use platform, you've got a direct line to both amazing deals and eager buyers. So whether you're eyeing that vintage dress shirt that needs a little TLC or a barely used smartphone that's priced to move, opportunities are everywhere. Don't let another day go by leaving money on the table. The flipping game is really hot right now in Offerup, and that's your ride. So what are you waiting for? Fire up the app, start browsing, and who knows, your next big flip could be just a few taps away. The thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of a profitable sale are calling your name. So are you going to start flipping now?